I am back and better than ever. Can't wait to talk about all the CrossFit news with you all. Next.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me.
What is going on, everybody? It's lunchtime with the Clydesdale. Hopefully I can make it through today's show. I am feeling pretty good today. Yesterday was a completely different story. So yeah, let's start with that. Yesterday, I went on to the hospital to have a lung biopsy done, and what got there, gosh, it was a snowstorm. We had to go up through, it's about an hour away to go do this. But I found like the best doctors for me are up at this other hospital. So, yeah, so I went up and had that done there, after driving on some rough roads. Got in, got some stuff done. They put me under, they intubated me. That's the part I'm worried about for today's show. Is my throat is still pretty scratchy, from where the breathing tube was put down, but that's how they accessed my lungs, with the cameras and the tools to take 3 different tissue samples. And it was to confirm whether I have sarcoidosis or possibly a lung infection or a fungus growing inside the lung. And so that happened yesterday. They sent off those tissue samples to the lab, but initial thoughts by the doctor who did the procedure was that the lymph node tissue is granular around it, where the masses are, and that actually leads him to believe that it is sarcoidosis. I have some follow-ups. Coming up, and so hopefully we'll figure that out. Figure out a treatment plan. If it's sarcoidosis, it's very treatable, and it is hopefully something that we can get through and get moved on. Probably not in time to like do super well in this year's open, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to figure something out and at least put in a score every week of some sort, some way, somehow, just because I want to support this community. But overall, yesterday was rough. I was hurting so bad. My back and my stomach were hurting a lot, my abs. And they say that's normal when they're working in your lungs. So that was rough. I was coughing up a lot of blood last night. That was rough. And my throat really hurt. It was the first time ever that a doctor prescribed me eat ice cream, eat as much as you can, because that nobody ever tells me that. So I did have some ice cream last night. It did feel so good on my throat. So yeah, that was good. I drank a ton of fluids yesterday, ton of fluids. Today my back feels a little bit better. My stomach, my abs are still really sore. I feel like I did some GHD sit-ups, but other than that, I think I'm starting to feel a lot better today. The anesthetic is wearing off. Just hoping that my throat holds up for the whole show today. But other than that, all doing well. Thank you everybody for the thoughts and prayers. It meant a lot to me. You guys are the best. But yeah, everything is feeling much better today. So just hoping to get through everything. Lido, 8 months. 8 months. A member of this channel. Thank you so much for your support. You guys don't know how much that little, like $3.99 or $6.99, whatever level you're at, what that means to this show. It pays for the platforms that we get to put this show on every day, every Sunday night. And so it just means a ton. And to have a supporter like Lido and she's just a wonderful human being as well. Is awesome. And another wonderful human being is Kenneth DeLapp, a member for 21 months. You guys are OGs. Thank you so much for, I mean, gosh, Kenneth, 21 months. You're coming up on 2 years, man. 2 years. Amazing. You guys are the best. It really does. I wish I could tell you how much you guys mean to me. Because without you, we couldn't do this show every single day. We just couldn't. So yeah. Corey says, turns out Lido is all right in his book. Yeah. Corey's on my list today, man. I was hoping he'd hop in today because I didn't know how much talking I'd be able to do, but there's lots to talk about. I just hope my throat can hold up for everything. And talk about OG, Corey Leonard, a member for 36 months, 3 freaking years. Corey has been a member of this show. KDL wins podcast listener of the millennium. That dude is everywhere in every show. It is crazy. So yeah. So I don't know, everyone trying to outdo it. Isn't that what CrossFit's all about, Jody? And we're all trying to get a better time. We're all trying to get a better score on the whiteboard. That's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. Trish, your presence is enough. Your presence is enough. Don't get that checkbook out. We don't need you to worry about the security of sending a check. We're good. Your presence is plenty. Not only that, but Kenneth is a genuinely good dude. He is a great dude. Like, for a minute, I did a Bible show, and Kenneth was so much help. Like, that man helped drive that show. I wish I could have figured out how to make that work for a longer period of time. So yeah. How do you see how long you've been a member? There's a button when you hit like anniversaries, Larry, that allows you to post like a paid, they consider it like a paid chat, even though it's not paid, but you get like one free one every month when you're a member, to send one, and it shows how many months you've been. So yeah, I'd have to go back and look. Denise, 15 opens. She is tired. Of course she is. Kenneth says he's just a guy. Trish, thank you. Glad to be here and hope you feel better soon. Prayers that biopsy shows easily treatable. Yeah, me too. Jake with a pois de fromage. I don't have French. I'm not good with French. But yeah. And there, Larry Young got it. Larry Young, member for 8 months. Look at that. Big supporter. Yeah, Mark says, hit the $. It'll be at the bottom, I think, for free. We got Helson, caught it live. It's been a while. Glad you're here, Helson. You are an awesome commenter and contributor to the show. And thank you so much, Trish, for the ice cream fund. That means a lot. After the show, I might need some more. Might, yeah. So, and I've been working on my diet so hard, but man, that ice cream was like freaking heaven last night. I just got to tell you. All right, so what are we going to talk about? If you saw the thumbnail, it was the time I met Pat Veller for the first time, and I took a selfie with him, and I made that the thumbnail today. I cartooned it up, but he made an announcement over the weekend, and if this is the picture that makes me smile the most, and that is Brent Fikowski actually put out a tribute to Pat going into his final season. If you did not see the All In movies back in the day, they are so worth the watch. There is a whole scene with Pat and Brent frolicking in the water, trying to get better at swimming. And it just made me smile. Everybody's seen the Pat post. He is doing one final season of competition, including the WFP, Rogue, maybe Wadapalooza, and he is definitely doing the game season one last time through. So I'm glad that he's coming back to the CrossFit Games before he retires. I think that's a cool thing. I'm glad he's doing it. And I can't wait to see him back out on the floor. One of my favorite memories of Pat is after the sled drag in the 23 semifinals. He was so pissed at the sled drag, and Jamie chased him down the road to get an interview with him. And it got shared on a lot of podcasts. And I'm so stoked that we got that. But Pat is really fun. I've had some weird experiences with Pat where his wife lost her car keys, and Amy and Charlie and I were at the athlete area of the games, and Amy ended up finding Pat's wife's keys, and able to return them to him. So I've had some good memories with Pat. I'm glad he's coming back for one last season. I think it's something we all need. So. And Corey has jumped in the chat. There we go.
Sorry, I'm late. Work, as it turns out, is a thing.
Yeah, I've been in so many meetings today because I missed yesterday. Wayne Short, you could tell all the boys interrupted truly looked up to Pat as a role model. I've been trying to catch up on all the drama in the CrossFit media. So I didn't get to see Boys Interrupted last night, but I will make sure to go back and check that out.
Cowboy.
Train Olive says Cowboy Yeehaw. Charlie versus Corey 2026. Bring it back. Listen, I know the commitment my boy, the Cowboy, has put in to this season. And I have known Charlie for a long time. I'm a Corey supporter, man. Cowboy all the way.
I love Charlie. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yes,
Charlie's a good dude.
Charlie is one of the most fun people to hang out with ever. If you ever see Charlie at an event, go hang out with him. You will have a freaking blast. And if Corey and Charlie got together, I don't know if the world could take that. From a fun hanging out standpoint, I'm not sure. But on the competition floor, my boy Corey has got it hands down.
Again, I love Charlie. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Corey the Gator Hunter.
Never actually been alligator hunting. I've been crawfishing several times, but not so much alligator hunting. I like eating alligator. I like cooking alligator.
Yeah, I love eating alligator.
Bro, it's so good.
Gator gumbo may be top 3 in my all-time list.
I just lightly breaded and fried.
Like it that way too?
It's so good.
I was in Savannah, Georgia, and they had gator gumbo. I had it every single day for lunch.
In Savannah, of all places. Okay.
I know. It was weird.
I mean, there's alligators everywhere, dude. Not so much up where you are because they don't like cold, but as soon as you get somewhere where it gets actual hot in the summertime and there's enough water, swamp, yeah.
True story. When I first moved to Columbus, my next door neighbor had a pet gator.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Not a fan when I had a newborn baby.
I'd imagine not.
But, you know.
Hey, bro, people just like things.
Yeah. Not the, my neighbor was not of the ilk to be responsible enough to have a baby gator in the house. I'll leave it at that.
I know a lot of people that are not of the ilk to have any sort of pet, much less a baby alligator. So I'm with you on that one. I want to address this right quick.
Hold on. Gators can make their way up the Ohio River when it gets warm enough. That's a big river.
They don't eat when it's cold. which sounds ridiculous, but like they will basically go into almost a hibernation phase whenever it gets too cold outside. Their bodies just won't digest the food when it's too cold. They will go very, very still, and they will go very, very, like, they'll go deep and just kind of hang out, come up for air every now and again. But when it's hot or even just warm, yeah, they move a whole lot, or they can move a whole lot, I should say, and they eat, bro.
Jeremy does that too. He doesn't eat when it gets cold.
Oh, I thought he'd make his way up the Ohio River when it gets warm enough.
He's in Wisconsin. He'd have to come down the Mississippi, and across to the
100%. No, what Chattanooga had said up there. Where's it at? Yes. That's an excellent question. Why is Monster Games this same weekend as the games? I don't know. That's a fantastic question. We did, and by we, I mean my buddy Gareth emailed Mr. Jason Ansley, and said that, hey man, if we qualify for Monster Games, pay our registration fee, and then make the games, like, can we get a refund? And he said, yes, we will refund you your money. Because Jason Ansley is a good dude. High fives all around.
Looks like everybody's trying to weigh 200. Jeremy 220. Kenneth is trying to get there. I'm trying to get there too on the other direction.
Yeah. I'm at one, dude. I've been trying to get as lean as humanly possible. I am still hovering 185, 186, but feeling pretty good, feeling pretty strong. So
yeah, I'm at this weekend I started feeling a lot better. I'm really trying to get down, and it's working. And the ice cream last night probably didn't help, but you got to do what you got to do to get through the medical stuff.
Bro, look, once is not going to hurt you. Like, it becomes a problem.
You didn't see how much I ate last night, but okay.
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but like, once it's not going to hurt you. When it becomes a problem is when we are, I got to have a pint of ice cream every single night.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not there yet.
Yeah, no.
So Helson, I actually have a Ninja Creamy. The thing about the Ninja Creamy that's awesome and horrible is that you have to prep it and then freeze it for 24 hours. So when like the feeling comes over me to make it, I mean, if I was smart, I would make a couple tubs of it, have in the freezer ready to go when I have that feeling. So, I have one though. Yeah. And you can make like really low fat, low calorie ice cream, and you can make it protein ice cream, and it's still pretty damn good. So that's probably what I need to do, is make some healthy ice cream to have ready. Larry Young says if he was 220, he'd be posting a Spiegel pic. With you 100%, buddy.
Hey, look here, Larry. We make it happen.
Pumpkins and do it together, buddy.
Make it happen. Make it happen, Larry. I'm a big fan. Bring out the Spiegel pics. No, Vicky, I do not have a pint of ice cream a night. However, Honey Stinger, they call them energy waffles. It looks like a Stroop waffle.
Yep.
Dude, I am obsessed right now. I got chocolate peanut butter. They make a peanut butter strawberry one, which is kind of like a peanut butter sandwich, basically a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but it's a little Honey Stinger thing. So good, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah. One last quick news thing before we get into some more stuff is, don't know if you guys saw this, but Ricky Garard got married.
I did not see that. Good for him. Go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah, it's official. Mr. and Mrs. Garard. Look at that. That's a good looking couple.
That is a good looking couple.
So congrats to Ricky and his new bride for that. Super excited for them.
Ricky's white suit,
good dude.
In the white suit.
Yeah.
It's fresh, Ricky. That's fresh, Ricky
I mean,
Mac. I like
at
it.
one time, that would be like the Diddy thing, right? Now
Say it
we
again.
don't call it that. We don't call it the Diddy thing anymore.
No, nobody refers to. I'll put it like this. Whatever mix Aaron was playing this morning during the 6 o'clock class, it was like a mega mix type deal, and at one part of it had what's her name, Mariah Carey, Fantasy on it, and I was like, oh shit, here we go, singing along and whatnot. And I went back and looked for it on my phone later, trying to find like that particular like club mix or whatever, and it was the Diddy mix, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I can listen to that anymore. I think I'm gonna have to just pass on that, or have to go with the original and just kind of keep it there, because I am not listening with anything.
One of my favorite songs of all time is "Ignition" by R. Kelly.
Yeah,
and I'm having a hard time listening to it now.
Yeah, it's the remix to "Ignition," hot and fresh out the kitchen, and I can't listen anymore because he likes to pee on women. Like,
well, and underage women at that, and
yes,
yeah, like makes it really hard to listen to the music I used to love.
When you go back and look at his stuff when he was with Aaliyah, and it says like the name of the song was "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number," that's a problem that we did not even identify back then, which is horrible to say, but it's true.
Yeah, I hate when musicians take my shit away.
100%. 100%. Stuff I liked before, then I can no longer like anymore.
So last thing I have before we move on is The Clue.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It's The Clue.
It's The Clue.
So it looks like the eye of a bison.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, I can see that. I thought it was not a tree at first.
It's the eye of an animal. I'm guessing bison. I don't. Maybe something else. Maybe a sheep. Maybe I don't know. I can't. The horn doesn't look big, but it looks like it curves in real quick, like a bison. But I have no freaking idea.
I know, dude. Not even a little bit. Not even like maybe that's a.
If you mess with the bull, get the horn.
Oh, you gonna get the horns?
I don't know, man.
I have no idea, brother. None whatsoever. I don't even know what that might be, if I'm being completely honest. Which none of his clues ever make any sense. So,
yeah, I saw this comment, Mark, in his weekend review. He says he worries his clues are too obvious. Not a worry, dude.
Yeah, no, you can go ahead and sleep better at night now. Not worrying about that. Oh, Vicky.
It's a jab. The year of bullshit. Oh shoot! I didn't read it before I pulled it up, man.
That's fantastic.
This confirms burpees over rower. You explain that one to me, Kenneth.
Yeah, I would love to. I love to. Give me your.
Hexy Lover says it's GOAT, the greatest of all time.
I mean, if it's a bison, it's Into the Storm, then it's
something Rich won in the past.
Rich, maybe. So we're starting off with a repeat. Repeat of Rich Open announcement.
Repeat of Rich Open announcement. Yeah. Well, what's the one? Was it 17-1 that he won after he retired with the double unders and then someone tried to beat it recently, and they did, but not by as much as people thought they should. Can't remember who it was.
Man, I don't know, brother. You got me on that one.
Austin. It was Austin. Austin tried to redo it, and he did beat him, but it was just barely. But Rich did that workout like 8 years ago, and Austin barely beat him.
I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Rich Froning is pretty fit.
Yeah. Always.
Still today.
It is the 20th year. It wouldn't surprise me that there's some repeats, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think there should be some.
It would only make sense.
There should
We've
be
got
dated repeats.
right. We've got 20 years of stuff to pick from.
Well, the Open only started in 11.
Well, okay.
So yeah, but I get what you're saying.
Right. So you got 15 years of stuff to pick from. 14 years, whatever it is.
Repeats with a twist this year. That'd be cool too.
That'd be cool. I don't know. It would have to be. It'd have to be. It would still have to, because there's still going to be, the first week is still going to be something that everybody can do. It needs to be something everybody can do. Right.
Is there one open workout considered the greatest of all time? I think there's a couple that are.
There's probably a couple that would fall underneath there. Yeah, the clean ladder with the toe to bar.
Well, I think that
where you buy yourself more time.
21 to 18, 15 burpee over bar, thruster burpee over bar. I think that the dumbbell snatch and the box jump overs is and it's been done twice. Both of those have been repeated because they were considered great.
That one hurt.
The toes to bar in the clean ladder was a big one.
Yep. And that one was fun.
Yeah. I think both Mark Phillips and Peter Benoit are saying the 25 toes to bar, 50 dubs, clean ladder.
Yeah. Buy yourself more time. No wall walks, Jody, please. Let's not even.
Wall walks OG? Wall walks are recent. And I hate them.
Relatively speaking, yeah. What was that, like 21 or 22 whenever we had them with the double unders?
Yeah, it was not that long ago. Like, I'm OG. One of my favorites was the deadlift ladder and the box jumps, where it was 15 box jumps and then you deadlifted and it kept going up in weight every time. That was 14 3 or 4.
I will be down with that one because I am really good at deadlifts and I am pretty decent at jumping over a box.
Yeah, that one was a fun one. That was my best workout ever. I just was in the zone that day. I think the snatch and the double under one was a classic too. Like 15, like super fast transitions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go.
Per chat GPT, this is a macro close-up of an engraved coin, specifically the iron fur detail from the American buffalo nickel. Can we have a year without stupid deadlifts? We've had lots of years without stupid deadlifts. And deadlifts are never stupid. I'm not great at them. My back just doesn't allow it, but we've had them. And
you're going to hate me for saying this, but the one that we had a couple years ago with the burpees over the bar, that like they went up and then went back down, I would be 100% down to do that one again. Because I did not finish it.
4, and then 10, 9, 8, 7. That's the one where Sam Briggs yelled at me.
I think I could finish it now. Like I was on the backside. I was getting close, but I think I could finish it now. And I would like to try it again. But I'm not trying it again unless it's programmed.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. That middle section at the 10 and the 2 9s.
Yeah. When it's math, dude, like it's trying to remember, okay, I just did 10. Now I do 9 and then 9 and then we're going down. So I go 8 and 8 and then it was terrible.
Seema says, if it's a repeat, Dave really earning his salary. Listen, let's give it a chance. Maybe it's a repeat with a twist.
Yeah. I wouldn't be upset about a repeat with a, slight modification to, especially if it's an older one, a slight modification
20th
to,
year. I want the nostalgia.
yeah. Well, and then to take into account the fact that, like, as a whole, we are all a lot fitter than we were in 2014 or in 2016 or whatever, right? So take something from back then that may not have aged well, because there are some that didn't age very well, right? You kind of look at it and you go, and then maybe move some stuff around, change the loading a little bit, something along those lines to make it more appropriate for 2026.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to change up this year? I'm going to take some Thirdzy. I'm going to get a good night's sleep before the day I do the workout for sure. And the first start of that is taking my Thirdzy. Last night I was not allowed to do it because of the procedure. The last 2 nights, I am looking forward to tonight and getting a good night's sleep, taking some Thirdzy, getting that done, using the code Jazzy to get 15% off my order at checkout. Go to thirdzy.com/Thirdzy and make sure that I am prepped and ready for 26.1 and the entirety of the open season.
All 3 weeks.
All 3 weeks. When is salted caramel coming back? The strawberry lemonade is just okay. Listen, they're both good. They're very different in the way that you use them and taste them, but they both let you sleep at night. I did reach out to the company to find out if it was coming back. It was a limited edition release. They do those periodically. Maybe we get something different. Maybe we get something new. Who knows?
Like a blueberry something or another. Just giving you some free ideas, Thirdzy. Like a blueberry cream. Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah. I like the strawberry for quickness, like, because I can just dump it in my blender bottle, shake it up, and drink it as I'm going to bed.
What I found out is that with cold water, like water out the fridge, the door of the fridge, cold water, it's so much better than if you just do room temperature.
Oh, yeah. And the salted caramel, I do milk heated in the microwave and then add my stuff and put it in a Ninja Bullet, and then like it's a process.
It gets so frothy. It's so good, dude.
Yeah. I like the salted caramel, nice warm with milk. I'm still drinking the strawberry lemonade and it still works. See? It works. Both taste great, but I will do anything if it works.
100%.
Like I've plugged my nose and done whatever it took if it works. And
way more functionality than anything else.
But when you get quality and functionality, it's even better.
100%. I like the strawberry lemonade as well. I am holding out hope that they either bring the salted caramel back or give us something else cool for like the spring/summer. But either way, with the way I've been sleeping, like you're gonna see me buying 2 bags every couple of months because it's every night. I brought it to Fit to the Coast with me, and then my partner also brought hers with her. We were twinsies as far as that was concerned. It's awesome, dude.
Thirdzy milkshake tonight for Scott. Doctor's orders. There we go. Didn't know you were a doctor, Wayne, but thank you very much for the prescription.
Well, he did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so
there we go. All right, so now let's get into the talk of the town.
Here we go.
And that is all the drama surrounding the CrossFit media. And I want to preface this with one thing. Mm-hmm. I am not an insider to either of these camps. I have no inside information. I have not talked to any of them, although I have met most of them, and I know them on a personal level. I watch all of their content.
Right.
So I have no inside information. I'm watching from the outside in, just like everybody else. And so it started with a Hiller video critiquing the Kill Taylor show. Taylor self had a response on the CrossFit network that is owned by Savan and crew. And then Hiller and Tyler Watkins went live last night to respond again.
The response to the response.
And that's kind of the first thing I want to say is that's the beauty of the CrossFit space. You can make content by just responding to responses who have responded to your post.
It's wild.
And it still gets views 3 levels deep.
I was about to say it's going to get a gazillion views.
So I watched Hiller's video. I thought it was very measured.
Yeah.
I thought it was, and he says it was his opinion, and he was comparing it to TV shows that dip. Might I say my favorite show of all time is the example he used, the show that never dipped, and that was Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, yeah.
And but he showed even his own favorite show, Dexter, dipped at the end. He used the example Game of Thrones dipped at the end. And he was pointing that out with the Kill Taylor show. I think what people are getting wrapped up in is the swearing part of it. And I don't even think that's the main point that Hiller was trying to make.
No, I'd agree with that. He was pointing that out because it worked for him because of what he's trying to do. I don't think Taylor cares.
Right. But I don't even think that was Hiller's main point.
No, not at all.
It was like a sub point. It was really about the format change.
Yeah.
And not being consistent on the day and time they said. Then Taylor responds, and I will be honest, I did not make it through all 2 hours.
No, I didn't see any of that last night. I saw that it was on, and that was as far as I got.
I made it probably a little over an hour in, and I thought Taylor took some of the criticism well. I thought others he did not, and it's his entitlement to do so. I heard that as the later that 2 hours went, the more kind of unraveled that went, but I cannot speak to that because I did not make it that far.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm hoping to get through it a little bit later today. But that's what I have heard. And then Tyler and Hiller went live last night with another response, and Tyler added some texture to it with his own personal experiences. And it appears from that response, they have had these conversations behind the scenes before this ever went public. And it seemed as though both were kind of removed from different text strings and different things behind the scenes because of their comments. And maybe that's by choice, maybe not. But it's just a wild thing, right? The thing that on the response to the response that caught me was that Hiller was tired of the group think. And that is one thing that is a pet peeve of mine. I am not in these inside chats. I am not in these text strings. I don't know if it's really happening or not. That is just a term that Hiller used a lot in his response to the response.
Right. And
that's something that is a pet peeve of mine. I tell my crew, which I love dearly, and I told them that yesterday and Sunday after watching these videos, and you are included in this, is that I love who I have on this team. I love working with you guys every single day. And I love that we can argue and disagree, and it's okay.
Yeah. I was watching you and Jamie freaking hash it out Sunday night, and I was like, this is what I'm here for, right? Because what good is it if everybody just agrees all the time? If everybody's special, then nobody's special. If everybody's agreeing with everybody all the time, you're in an echo chamber at that point. Again, about some stuff, absolutely. We share the same views about this and about that. But some stuff we're going to see differently. And that's good. That's good for discourse. Because maybe you see stuff from my view and you understand me a little bit better. And maybe I can see stuff from your view and I can understand you a little bit better. And then we get along a little bit better while still holding our same views. It's really not that complicated.
If everybody is agreeing all the time, somebody is lying.
Yes.
Lido says, you don't need to watch the full 2 hours, to be honest. It just gets repetitive after the first 20 minutes or so. Taylor seems to just be triggered by any criticism. He seems like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. That from Shanna. Whoops. Larry Young says, a lot of this is that the Sevon posse expects you to agree with their views. Hiller said he is tired of group thought. Yeah, I got that a lot last night from his video. Train Olive, I'm at the point where I don't watch Kill Taylor live and fast forward just to see if anybody calls in.
When it first started, I would catch them every chance that I got, but then they started, when they moved to, Saturday, basically about 10 o'clock, I'm usually at the gym or I just got home, one of the two, like that's my training time or whatnot. So in Kill Taylor, as good as it at least was when I was watching it on a regular basis, if I'm not catching it live, I'm not watching it later because it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's a live show. You might want to, if you're into that kind of thing, I guess you can go watch later on, but it's a live show and it's way more fun live than it is not, I think, anyway. I have absolutely no idea. I haven't caught one in months just because it's not at a convenient time for me and I'm not going back and watch it later.
So I want to say this because I watched Sevon for a long time and all the stuff on his channel, right? He has changed the way I think about things.
Sure.
And I've been open and honest about that. I have texted him about that. I've thanked him for seeing things from a different perspective. Does it mean I agree with everything that's said on the channel? No. But he has changed my perspective in some outlooks, right? And I think that was good. And I think that, like, at the beginning of, and maybe still to this day, it wasn't groupthink. It was his opinion about things. And he would have people on that didn't necessarily agree with him. And I think those were the best shows where they have that discussion, right? When it comes to Kill Taylor, I used to catch every single episode. But now that my daughter has moved away and it's just my wife and I, Saturday mornings are kind of like our time.
Sure.
And as much as the language and all that stuff doesn't bother me on the whole, it bothers my wife tremendously. And not the language. My wife has a potty mouth.
Right.
Right. Flat out. But the issue is the way that they joke with each other and the insults thrown are not her bag of tea. And so it's my choice is to go be by myself and put my headphones in or to hang out with my wife. And my wife just wins out on those Saturday mornings now.
It's not a hard thing. It's not a hard choice.
Right. Right. If that stuff wasn't in there, we could watch it together. Just being flat out blatant about it. Mm-hmm. Where Sevon, even though that he cusses and swears, when he has those people on where they have disagreements about topics, my wife will listen in on that and be okay with that. Does that make sense? No,
it absolutely does. Sevon has his interview style where he just sits there and listens to people and then asks questions that are related to what they're getting at, that are not personal attacks like a lot of people do, right? Even though he doesn't or I should say not even though, because he doesn't understand it, you can tell he's genuinely trying to see it from somebody else's perspective and trying to understand it from where they're sitting, and will take it, process it. Maybe he'll change his mind. Maybe it won't. He said that before, right? He said things like out loud like that to say, you know what, you've made me think about this differently, and I'm going to have a different opinion about it now. And he's also said, I understand that you feel that way. That's cool. Moving on to the next thing. Not a lot of people can do that.
Mark Phillips says, my wife hates listening to locker room talk, so I don't tune in. Yeah, that's a big part of my Saturday morning, why I don't tune in when I used to. Terry says, I don't know why they're doing it publicly. And I think, like, if you listen to Hiller's response to the response, he said that there were attempts, but Hiller doesn't do phone calls. Like, they can talk things out through text or whatever. And he just gets to a point where, hey, I'm just going to make a video about it. And he used the Brian Friend thing as an example. They tried to talk behind the scenes, and they tried to text, and he tried to give advice, and he tried to do these things. And it got to a point where it wasn't getting anywhere. So his thought was, I'm going to do a video.
Which is what he does.
Right.
Like, that's how he communicates with the world. He did the same thing when he broke down the WFP video, right? Went frame by frame almost and said, hey, this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad, etc. That was to an entire organization that he doesn't really necessarily have any ties to. Him and Taylor, like, know each other, right? And it's not like he was saying, y'all suck and this is why. He's offering what came across to me anyway as mostly constructive criticism about, hey, this could be better. This was fantastic when it started. It could be better. And here's the things that I think could make it better.
Aku Black Dragon, I think it got put out there because in private, nothing was changing. I feel this wasn't a jab, but a criticism on some needed changes. Wayne Short says, I no longer subscribe to Savon, the Savon podcast or CrossFit Network for all the non-KT points Hiller made. Much more watchable media outlet these days, Clydesdale, Spin, Boys, CrossFit Sport Podcast. Well, thank you for that.
Appreciate it.
And that's why everybody's different. Everybody enjoys different things. But I'll be honest with you, if you want to be relevant in this space and you want to know things that are going on, they have inside information that others don't. And that's why I have to listen to Savon.
Yep.
And there are times where I actually enjoy it very, very much. David Reed, it was not up to Hiller to correct anyone. If the feedback was not received, that should have been the end. Doing a video is not the way friends interact. But, like, we took it on the chin last year when we made a couple critical comments about the Syndicate Crown broadcast done by the Savon podcast. They came at us in the chat. They came at us over the air. It wasn't like we were trying, and we probably made the mistake of saying too much negative because what they brought was new and different and something that we wouldn't have had any kind of broadcast if they weren't there doing it, right? And then we were critical of a few things that happened during that broadcast, and they came back at us. I think that's fair. You're in a public space. You have a public show. You are going to be publicly criticized at times. I get criticized all the time in the chats. If you look at the YouTube comments, I get dogged all the time. It's just the way it is the minute you put yourself out there like this. Friends or not, Hiller's been critical of the way I've done things in the past.
Sure.
And it's my choice whether to listen to that or ignore it. And most of the time, if it's constructive, which Hiller is pretty good at being constructive about his criticism, for the most part.
He does a lot of thinking before he speaks.
And with that, then I can take that constructive criticism and choose whether to use it or not.
Yeah. I think the point you're making is that we are right now in the public space. Anybody could tune in and watch this and have whatever they want to say about whatever we're saying. And that's fine. We don't have to listen. Or we can. Either way, like, if your feelings are hurt that much about it, then you should probably develop some thicker skin.
Chelsea Miller, conspiracy theory. This is all staged to drum up views before the Sentinel versus Hiller Open challenge. Sadly, no, this isn't the case. I'll be honest with you. I text Jamie and Carolyn and said, do you think this is real or do you think this is staged?
I've been wondering that since it started.
And when you hear John on the Wad Prep podcast on Monday night saying that the whole Brian thing, there was some wrestling pre stuff to that top 100 that made it so they were in a bigger spat before they met to do that top 100.
Oh, I bet.
John admitted it Monday night, flat out on that when he said he would never work with Brian again, never ever, that was all meant to amp up for views of the top 100.
Yeah. By the time that came out, like that didn't happen over 2 days. Like Hiller didn't call John and like, hey, can you be here tomorrow? We're going to do this whole thing. Like that was probably been planned for weeks. Yeah, 100%, dude. What Hiller said it a million times. His main goal is to get clicks and to get views. He is a full-time YouTuber. Period.
Vicky says, I wondered too, but those guys haven't been on KT in a long time. It was kind of obvious something's been going on. If you watch the rebuttal to the rebuttal, I don't think it's staged anymore. When Tyler came in and gave his experience, it gave a lot of authenticity to the overall spat, argument, whatever we want to call it. Teresa Rochford is, I think Sevi has been supportive of all of them and is now getting kicked. I don't think it was meant to be a kick at Sevon. I don't think it was that at all. I think it was if you truly sit down and watch with an open mind, Hiller's first video, it is a flat out critique, like a TV critic critiquing the Kill Taylor show. Completely.
Here's the thing about Sevon as well is that he was around before any of those guys were on and live. If all of them went away tomorrow, he would still get up and do his 7:00 a.m. show about whatever he decided to be, decided it needed to be about, whether it's doing the Sevon podcast stuff, or if he decided to go ahead and do a CrossFit show with just him and freaking and Souza. Not that he's not going to love him anymore, but like he is still going to keep continuing on because that's what he does. And he's been creating media for godly knows how long. It's not happening, right?
Teresa says, I agree, Scott. I took Hiller's video as a reach out to help the show.
Yeah.
I truly believe that's what it was. And I think he was speaking to just that specific show.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part. There was one little pot shot about the overall channel, but for the most part, it was that. Mark Phillips, I miss Armin Hammer. Armin was one of my inspirations to get into this. He has been on my show twice. If you've never seen those episodes, they're great. I had him on once while he was still active, and I had him on once after he retired.
I think Scale as Needed is still on iTunes podcasts, that was my favorite. That was my introduction to Armin, and those were, generally speaking, hilarious shows.
Same. Armin was great. Loved Armin. Yeah, Chase Long was on Scaled as Nation. We text, like I'm friends with Chase. He is the one who got me the C4 deal a couple years ago. And Chase has been on the show. Chase is freaking awesome.
I got a 12-pack of C4 coming today, as a matter of fact. I'm glad you said that.
I suspected something was up when Hiller and Brian Friend video came out. I don't think that had anything to do with the other.
Oh. That's two guys with Asperger's having a conversation. That's all that is.
Armin did just follow the narrative.
Didn't just follow the narrative. He just said things. That's the fact.
Yeah. Armin was great. Yeah.
Well, Armin presented it with no bias, right? And he was just like, hey, this is what's happening.
And the one thing that you knew every episode is he just loved freaking CrossFit. He just wanted it to succeed so badly. And I think I get that from Hiller, and I think I get that from Savan. I definitely get that from Matt Souza.
Oh yeah.
Like, and that's what I like when Souza comes on and he does his shows that like, these are the things that need to happen for us to improve. Like I'm listening full heartedly because that dude loves CrossFit and what it does and what it can be. And he preaches hard on that.
And he is intelligent and actually has plans and ideas to move the needle in the right direction. It's not just pie in the sky, wishing on a star type shit. He actually has something to say.
And to be honest, Taylor the same way. Every time I've seen Taylor in person and I've met him live, but him and Bryson both, the way they coach athletes, the way they are invested in their people is second to none. It is why I am signed up with Sentinel.
Oh,
I've been signed up with Sentinel for like 8 months.
Okay.
Like
when I saw him at Fitness of the Coast, he gave me a business card for a free month.
Yeah, I've been doing modifications or versions of Sentinel for 8 months.
Yeah, I had my Imam Company jersey on, and he said, "Imam Company, huh?" And I was like, "Yep." He said, and he reaches in his pack or whatever and gives me his own. He said, "It's a free month. Just try it out." And I said, "Brother, you ain't gonna get me away from Brandon, but I appreciate it." But he cares. He wants to make people better.
Yeah, but I don't see that same Taylor on Kill Taylor.
Well, no, because it's
a character, and it's
a character,
show. And they believe in that show, and they believe in that format. And I said this on Sunday night: when you're in this content creation space, you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
like you try different things, you try new things. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Some are more calculated about it and look at the numbers specifically. Some just on a whim say, let's give this a shot and see where it goes. It just happens. I'm not saying that Kill Taylor should be canceled or anything like that.
No, God, no.
Doing your thing, trying to figure it out. It is a great concept. It is a great concept. So Lito says, hubby and I pay for Sentinel 2 and do workouts sometimes when we want something different. It's a real good program. It is a great program. The amount of detail they put into every workout, like Corey knows, years ago, my gym used to do Ben Bergeron crap. What's it called?
Comp train.
I hated every bit of that. I hated the way it was set up in the app. I hated the way it was set up on the PC. I hated all of it. With Sentinel, I get the whole damn story in one scroll. And it's so nice. So nice. Like I love this compared to that. And in the middle was Mayhem, which had its own issues with me. A little too repetitive for my sake. But it is what it is. I actually love Christy O'Connell and Patrick O'Connell's from CrossFit Players. Their programming has been my favorite of all time. And when they moved and they sold the gym, I lost that. But
lame.
It is what it is. I think you'd like it, Corey, because it was a very interval-based type training.
I do a lot of that. And this morning I did all the pressing I could possibly hope for, and then a little bit more. Strict press, incline bench, flat bench, handstand walk, handstand push-ups, and some pull-ups, and some GHDs. Like, it was the whole thing.
Teresa says, me too.
Everybody I know that does Taylor's programming loves it. I haven't found anybody yet who's like, this is stupid, and I moved on and went somewhere else.
Is Teresa talking about Polaris, or is she talking about
No clue.
Sentinel? I like Sentinel, but also like a little variation in the workouts. I think it gives you that opportunity to put some variation into it. So, yeah, I thought she was talking about Christy. Christy was their programming was so good. I actually looked forward to going to the gym every day because of their programming. And when you find that, like, that's special.
Something to hold on to, for sure.
So, anyway, we're up against the hour. I need to get back to work. I have like 2 more meetings this afternoon. So whoopee me.
Yay.
With that, I'm glad you jumped on. Because I think you added a lot to today's show. Thank you for doing that.
Oh yeah, brother. I was glad I was able to.
Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We've gained a few subscribers over the last couple days. Love to keep that momentum rolling a little bit. We're so close to 3 grand. I just want to hit 3 grand. That's it. I don't need the big numbers. Our conversion rate from subscribers to listeners is huge, and I love you all for that. It's because of you. Thank you so much.
Tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your friends' wives. Like and subscribe. It's free. It is free.
And Wayne reminds us it's less than 50 hours until the open announcement.
Such an odd time domain there, Wayne, but yeah. Let's go with it.
Tells you it's close.
Yeah. Let's go with it.
Surprise. Larry Young likes Meathead Days.
You don't like what I did this morning.
I love Meathead Days. Love Meathead Days. Mark Phillips, you are a man among boys. Thank you so much. Love you guys, man. I cannot believe the support. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow for Wednesday on Lunch with the Clydesdale. And then I'll see when my follow-up appointments are. Still waiting to hear final dates and times. And I'll let you know what the rest of the week looks like. All right. Have a great day, guys. And we will see you soon.